Now is the time.
Forever? Tangent. Hold.
Halt.
Hashtag always MGM.
You are approaching the unloading area.
Calm down. AK haters.
But what if it could? Behold the
Disney
majesty of the
breeze.
Sistine Ceiling.
For the kids.
A salute to all theme parks, but mostly Walt Disney World.
What a cute ending.
Aloha and
Don't Dillo it.
This is Theme Park Thursday with Dillo's Diz. She is Jen.
Hello.
And I am Frank, and we are here at Dillo's Diz Resort.com recording this episode. It is Tuesday evening, May the 7th.
May
I
the
have
7th
lost
be with you.
No,
No,
May the
but-
7th be with you. I've lost track of the days this month already. We are on the heels of recording. I got one over on the live that we just recorded at our YouTube channel with Matt from Mom and Pop Culture Collectibles. Let me say that right as well. Jen said, what did you say? Grocery shopping.
Grocery shopping or so. Grocery shop. I don't even know. It was just,
We're both doing well with the English language here as we record. But we were recording with Matt from Mom and Pop Culture Collectibles, talking about Star Wars toys. So make sure to check that out over on our YouTube channel. Today, here on Theme Park Thursday with Dillo's Diz, we will be discussing the halfway to Halloween announcements that took place on Monday. They dropped the announcements. They did the things. There's 3 things I'd like to focus on in particular. Methinks that might carry us through the episode. Jen, is there anything you want to make mention of here at the top before I move into something else?
before we don't do that topic and we do something else. No, I thought you were getting ready to say today we will be talking about your viewing of Wish, but we're just all still waiting on that. Waiting on Wish is what we're doing at this point.
Hashtag waiting for Wish. Maybe Adam should be on our episode.
Oh, because
So
everyone's just been waiting for things.
No, Adam is also in attendance. You should reach out. I don't know if he's seen it. Maybe he hasn't seen it.
Oh, maybe. You can
And
both give your perspectives.
He'll reach out and let us know, I'm sure. Hashtag waiting for Adam. We are at DillosDizResort.com. That's our Patreon. Memberships beginning as low as $1 per month. But back in March, we started promoting the Join for free as a way to get in on hashtag Dillos Madness. That's our March Madness. It is now in its 3rd historic month.
May Madness.
And if you're listening to the audio here on Theme Park Thursday, then tonight, Thursday, May the 9th, all will be revealed. It is I don't know. It is the Dillos Madness show. Depends how far I get through everyone's brackets by the time Thursday night hits, because you don't want to see them, so I'm putting it all together.
I have to go through it. You haven't done your bracket, have you?
I haven't gone through my bracket. Fair enough. I haven't gone through.
I haven't even looked at mine because normally I just do it as we record. Typically, I make my decisions in real time. Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, it's 32 of our favorite theme park related stories of the past 30 plus years, broken down into Jen stories, Frank stories, Dillo stories, as we retold the stories and shared the videos. If you joined for free at DillosDizResort.com, we learned that maybe we were a little mean sometimes.
There's things we were laughing about that should we have been laughing? I don't know.
It's but check that out. Hashtag Dillos Madness, Thursday night, May 9th at DillosDizResort.com. Just join for free and you can see how we determine which of the stories advance into the subsequent rounds.
Yes.
Halfway to Halloween. You gotta get right into it.
Right
We can get right into it.
This is
I
the
do have
quickest we've ever gotten to a topic ever.
There was a lot of people upset that I'm going to Universal only.
There were.
I mean,
Everyone's questioning. It's just a surprising thing, I think. Everyone's just surprised. They wouldn't expect that from you.
the family here in Queens, New York, we are
Mhm.
traveling to Universal Studios imminently for a trip. We are studying, we're researching. It's very very Wizarding World based, as we've gone through all the books and all the movies and the Broadway play. So it's an 8-year-old centric trip.
Mhm.
But like as we talked about last week, my curiosity is piqued to have the Universal only experience, and now is the time. Now is the best time.
Yeah. I'm excited for the trip report.
I mean, and let's see, maybe we can get some Universal centric folks on here the next few weeks.
Ryan is in our chat saying he's not counting out a quick trip to the Poly Lobby for you.
I'm not allowed. And I'm pretty sure a rental car is out of the question. So I don't see us ponying up for extra expenses.
Yeah. Jeffers, we will not be squeezing in a Universal day at the meetup. We don't have time. Okay. We're already starting. This is part of our plan. Today's episode is part of our plan.
It's part of our plan. That's why we're talking about Halfway to
right.
Halloween so much, because it is part of our meetup this September. It's the second annual Dillo's Diz Community Core Meetup. I'm doing everything possible to no longer call it Fine Frank for 50.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can pretend all you want.
I don't want it to be that anymore. Halfway to Halloween, you know what that means? We're almost there. We're almost.
Okay, so is it the crankiness setting in? Is that what's happening? You're now past your half birthday. That has ended. So now you're closer to your birthday. You don't want it to be called Fine Frank for 50 because it's making it a little more real. So we have to just call it the Community Core Meetup. What's happening?
We can't have it be a cranky half year. It's just supposed to be a cranky birthday month.
I mean, I know that. Do you? I don't know. I'm just asking questions.
Well, the Mickey Not So Scary Halloween party tickets go on sale. They went on sale yesterday. If we're recording this on Tuesday night, they go on sale tomorrow. If you're listening to the audio, they went on sale yesterday for guests with reservations, which shockingly we have.
Weird. That's so far in advance. I don't even know what to do with myself. It's just
we can actually buy the tickets.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Listen, we are changing here at Dillo's Diz. And that is actually part of what I want to talk about here at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, with the date announcements and the price increases and the people freaking out that they got to add more things if they got to keep raising the prices. No, they don't, Ethan. No, they don't.
That's not how Disney works.
I don't know if Ethan actually tweeted that, but that's a great movie ride pre-show reference from The Searchers. And just watch the trailer for The Searchers if you never got to see The Searchers trailer prior to boarding the great movie ride. It's just a classic line from Jeffrey Hunter. He goes, "No, you don't, Ethan. No, you don't,
Ethan. No, you don't."
We might need a t-shirt for that.
Oh, yeah, I think we need one for that. I heard you going, "Oh, watch the trailer for," and I was like, "Great, watch the pre-show for Great Movie." Oh, the trailer for the movie. Oh, yeah, I guess people could do that too. I was a little confused as to where you were going.
Wait, take me through that.
You said to watch the trailer for The Searchers.
Yeah.
And I thought you were going to end that sentence with, "Go on YouTube and look up the pre-show."
Either way.
Yeah.
That's like if you go watch, listen, just pull up the like if you go, I think it's on Disney Plus, that if you pull up the Indiana Jones stuff and you watch the trailer for Raiders of the Lost Ark, it's like boom, movie ride nostalgia.
Right. We got to find it wherever we can.
What are we talking about? Halfway to Halloween?
Yeah.
All right. We're only 9 minutes in. Everything's perfectly fine.
This is what happens when you try to start it too soon. There's so many other things and all the
what
tangents.
happens when you do a whole hour live stream before we record a podcast? Halfway to Halloween, Not So Scary got announced. The typical dates from August 9th to October 31st. Select nights, of course. There's a couple of things in play here. As we mentioned, Dillo's Diz Meetup, the second annual Dillo's Diz
Find
Meetup,
Frank for Friday 50.
community core meetup,
Find Frank. Find him.
which will center and focus on
Finding Frank for his 50th birthday.
Stop it! Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party on Friday, September 13th. That is the plan. Friday the 13th, Halloween gathering at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Community Core Meetup Halloween Party. Not at all about me or the fact that I turned 50 7 weeks after that.
I mean, I beg to differ.
I don't want it to be that anymore. Is that what it's
that's what you said. I don't want it to be that anymore because that's what you said it before. You said, I don't want it to be that anymore. So they're wondering if that's the official slogan of Find Frank for 50.
I don't know why I'm so worked up about this. So that is where the Community Core Meetup centers around. We're hoping all can attend. We haven't, listen, the fact that we know this is the date and that we have a reservation and we can buy a ticket, we're well ahead of things.
Yeah.
I want to point out that in our one channel, $1 world-renowned Discord associated with DillosDizResort.com, Dr. Jacqueline, Pixie Dust PhD herself, took us to task for having a non-Disney costume set up for the Not So Scary Halloween party. Do you feel judged by that? Or are you okay with that?
I mean, I understand the judgment because I think there was hesitation for me thinking that because I was like, I don't know, should we do something Disney? But I feel like once it was talked about, I was like, oh no, we have to take this route. And I think it paid off because we weren't blending in with everybody else. It made us stand out from the crowd a little too much because cast members were recognizing us from TikTok, and that was a lot. But it was great, and so it paid off in the end, I think.
Yeah, it was a bold color scheme for a group of us. And if you're in the Monsters Inc. laugh floor, a cast member might point us all out, and Jen freaks out entirely.
I just keep I didn't hear. I gotta go. Thank God Nate Hardy was there to represent us, though. We bring representation with us wherever we go.
What are your recent certifications in that you just did? What's the
SEO and social media marketing and some other thing.
Okay, just checking. So this year, when the cast members point out our TikToks, what will happen?
Same thing. Listen, let me just point out also that when we were sitting taking our photo in the Polynesian and friends of ours went, oh my God, is that Dillo's Diz? I wasn't the only one trying to run and hide. You were right there too.
I mean, that's fair. Lewis is saying he doesn't understand SEO. Get in line. Get right behind me on that line.
I think he's lying though, because I think he really does that.
He's got a smiley emoji.
Right. The smiley indicates sarcasm because I think that's like part of his job.
I see. I don't know what Lewis does. I thought he takes pictures every day of Disney. And
isn't he just taking pictures and posting them once a day? Oh, he's not lying? Wait. Lewis, I'm confused now. Which part is sarcasm? Now I'm confused. We're off the rails. Let us know.
So there was some criticism out there in social media land about Not So Scary and how there's not much changing and how the prices are going up. And I say this, and I probably just saw it in a vacuum. I didn't see it widespread or anything like that. But I think it's important to firstly point out it's a tradition. It's a Halloween tradition. Halloween is a tradition, just like Christmas. It's a tradition. People want to go, and I'm not saying this because we're Dillos and we don't like change. When it comes to a tradition, when it's like a holiday thing, people want to do the same things. That is why they are successful. You know what changes? Your custom. You're the change.
Right.
In the tradition and event that is Halloween. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Yeah, I did see the hullabaloo. I also I didn't feel the price increase was drastic.
No.
And maybe that's just me being brainwashed by Disney. We're going,
Mhm.
oh, that's not bad. What? That's Disney math right there. That's fine. Um, but yeah, I mean, everything is increasing every year. Well, I go the grocery shopping or whatever I said earlier. And things are different prices week to week. I mean, everything is just increasing at this point at a crazy rate. How would you assume that the tickets to a Disney party is going to remain the same price year to year? No way. They're not going to do that. They still pretend they have this low price ticket that exists. They don't. I dare you to try to find that in the calendar year. Maybe there's a day. I don't know. But the starting price that they say doesn't exist. This is what Disney is. This is what any business is in 2024. But Disney is not going to keep it the same price. And I think, to your point, it is tradition. People are still going. This isn't stopping anybody from going to the Halloween party. It's not going to stop anybody.
Yeah.
Uh,
You want to make your $10 back? Go trick or treat for more candy when you're there. Is my recommendation.
Yeah.
So on the Disney Parks blog, they had a bunch of announcements and articles to share about halfway to Halloween yesterday. And I'm not gonna go through there was one article in particular. I'm not gonna necessarily kick it on, right? So they got 5 new surprises coming to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
Mhm.
So I pulled out 3 of these surprises, and I just want to talk to them how it relates to us,
Uh-huh.
and not just for the meetup on September 13th,
Mm-hmm.
but beyond that. So, surprise number 1 that was in this blog on DisneyParksBlog.com: more villains.
Mm-hmm.
So they said more villains will be available for meet and greets as you wander the park. So this will kind of play into a theme that I want to talk about with the meetup, is what will be different this year for us, at the meetup with the Not So Scary, how the flow of our night might go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're 4 months away from this. It is May, and it's in September. It's 4 months away.
What?
So one of the things last year, it was our first time at Not So Scary.
Mm-hmm.
We hadn't done it before. One of the things that was not part of our experience were meet and greets with characters.
Mm-hmm.
We were like attractions and the events, right? The fireworks, the parade, Hocus Pocus, Headless Horseman, Cadaver Dance, whatever we ran into, we covered the entertainment portion of it. So is this, 2 questions, something that is enticing, like, oh, I'm going to see a random villain and maybe I'll do a meet and greet because a good group shot with Maleficent, or it's maybe a villain you don't see as often for a meet and greet. Is that appealing? Part 1.
Mm-hmm.
Part 2 is this a hint? Is this a tease? Is this something that will lead us to an announcement at D23 in August regarding what is beyond Big Thunder Mountain?
Mm-hmm.
Why? It's Halloween. We know there's scary villains at Halloween. Why are you promoting the idea that we're going to meet and greet more villains for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party? Is it because the area beyond Big Thunder Mountain will be a villains themed area?
Would you like my opinions?
Yes.
So I think, first, if anyone's wondering where the pay increase is going, that's where it's going. Everyone wants the villains. Everyone talks about villains all the time. Everyone wants more villains. Is it enticing? I believe that was your first question because of the group shot. Sure. Will those lines be insane? I kind of feel like they will be. And therefore, is that shot worth it? Taking time away from other things we could be doing? I don't know. We'll have to see how long the wait actually is. I mean, I remember years ago people talking about how long they would wait for like Jack and Sally and all the pictures that were happening, all the
Yeah.
photo ops.
Yeah.
I find it funny because I feel like last year we were just totally oblivious to any photo ops that there were. Like,
Yeah, I think we saw like Pooh, right? We saw Pooh and Tigger,
yeah,
I think, at one
yes,
point.
yes,
And we happened to walk by the stepsisters. And that was it.
yeah,
By Friar's Nook. I don't even know why they
yeah.
were there.
Right. Yeah. But I feel like I didn't see any major ones. But yes, I think this is all kind of like a test. Y'all say you want villains. Y'all say it should be a fifth gate. Y'all say that. Let's see if this entices more people to come. If the lines are going to be crazy because everybody loves villains. It's like a little focus group happening during this party. And whether or not they then continue that and carry that through if they see a really good outcome to Beyond Thunder Mountain, TBD. I don't know.
And we've mentioned this on the podcast before, but the idea of villains, anything, has been since I was a cast member in the mid to late 90s. The idea of more villains attraction, villains area, villains park.
Yeah.
Has been talked about since the dawn of time, I feel
Yeah.
like, at this point.
Yeah.
And the villains were so popular because you had such a good run, right? The Disney Renaissance wasn't just about the movies and the music. It was about the characters, too. Believe it or not, shocking, I know, coming from me, the character guy, that, you had a run of Gaston, Ursula, right? Gaston, Scar, Jafar, I'm not going in order anymore. Ratcliffe
Just
was
rhyming.
great. Frollo was great. There was so many amazing villains that came out of those movies, whether they Hades, whether they were successful movies or underperformed or whatever. The villains, at least in the parks, were among they were the talk of all the cast members.
Yeah.
People visiting, they wanted villains merch. Villains merch became popular back then. I think I bought, and it's probably still in Mama and Papa Dillo's den, that there's like the villains themed snow globe when everyone was buying snow globes in the 90s. It's an amazing snow globe still to this day.
Yes.
It's an incredible snow globe. So that was very big back then. So fool me once, fool me 1,000 times here with the villains, but I couldn't help but notice this being, surprise, more villains.
Yeah, and I also think it is announcements nowadays. We talk about D23 announcements in the past and how everything's very blue sky. It's like, wait, but what's actually happening? What's actually coming? What is set in stone? And I feel like, it's great to know there's going to be more villains. And of course, people want to see that, as I just said. But is that like a major announcement, if not for a bigger reason or for more research that they're doing? Why is that such a big thing?
Right.
If not for that. Yeah.
Ryan asking, are they even going to announce what's beyond Big Thunder Mountain at D23? I think they have to. Today, Tuesday, that we're recording this, the rumblings are that Big Thunder Mountain's going undergoing a big renovation, track replacement, something or other. Or is it attached to the bigger picture of what's beyond Big Thunder Mountain? I can't see how they're gonna sit on. They're not gonna tell you what's happening before D23 at this point.
Yeah.
3 months away from D23.
Yeah.
You can't reveal it now. There's one other. What was the other thing I wanted to mention in here? Maybe I missed it. It said, would we take the train? Right. So we're getting on the train this time, right?
Oh yeah.
Part of the first visit to Not So Scary, it kind of converged with, we got to get on Tron. At least for Jen and I, it was like, we got to hit that first so that we knock it out. But I would say, was it my ideal choice to start my Not So Scary Halloween party? I don't know. But
I'll never do it again, so I'm fine.
But I'm going to do it again. But I knew, like, I want to get on it. So let's go.
Yeah.
and that's how I am sometimes. See also, as referenced on the Monday Morning Monorail this past week, Justin didn't want to admit how long we waited for Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run on opening day of Galaxy's Edge, because I was not going to leave that line. I mean, I don't think, I think it was implied I wasn't going to leave the line, so I felt like everyone else had to be obligated to. Angela left the line, but Justin and Landon stayed in the line. I'm going to tell you, we waited 4 hours. So there you go.
You waited 4 hours?
Well, from before the park opened. So from when we got released from the front of the park,
right.
It was 4:25. We were at the crossroads at the front of #AlwaysMGM. By the time we got to Muppets Courtyard over there, Grand Avenue, it was right before 6. So from that point, it was 3 hours.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, from when the park opened, technically 6 a.m. that morning. Yeah, it was a process. Opening day of Galaxy's Edge. Come on.
Sure. You didn't even think you were going to go for a year. So
remember that? To Jeffers' point, we're getting on the train this time, right? Yeah. First stop. We first stop Thunder Mountain. Yesterday, the other thing that happened was I think somebody somewhere saw that Tiana's was included on the attraction list, and then it was pulled, and everyone's like, what? They're not having Tiana's Bayou Adventure being part of Not So Scary Halloween Party? What are we paying money for? Well, you're paying money for those face characters to appear at Not So Scary, but also it's not. There's no opening date yet. What you gotta assume that we're not gonna include it if it's not officially ready, or it will spoil the surprise. Or everybody calm down.
Yep.
I would assume that Tiana's is going to be part of Not So Scary.
Yeah.
How can it not be?
Right. Exactly. But
So,
they're
yeah,
also
first stop
not
from
going to
here
promise you anything at this point.
No, nobody's saying anything.
Yeah. Lewis had mentioned that he thinks they just realized that people like characters. That was a big part of the Jollywood Nights. Listen, yeah, because it's people like us who grew up with the roaming characters and the easy meet and greets and the dancing with Chippendale. Anyone else? And the all of that we want more of that, and it's so hard to get in the day-to-day of Disney. You have to you get lightning lanes now, and you have to wait on long lines in order to see some of your favorite characters. I think people definitely want more character interaction in Disney World. Like that's huge for sure.
Lewis also referencing meet and greet, MEAT. Hey, if you want to have turkey legs and have it next to like Goofy meet and greet, some people are going to be down for that. I'm just saying.
For sure. Absolutely.
Lewis is also mentioning, I'm confused. Are we doing conspiracy talk tonight, or?
I think we're saying, is it this? Is it because of this? So yes, I think he's surprised to hear we have to address all the rumors out there as professional podcasters, Lewis. That's our job.
Are we being too safe lately, Lewis? Is that what you're saying? We're not trying to mix it up enough lately for you, Lewis? Huh? Mike? Huh? I don't know who Mike is. I know who Mike is.
Oh, I know who Mike is. A story for the resort next year's.
We are in the resort.
Dillo's madness.
So that takes us through that's really when I read that. At first, I was like, I don't know what we're going to talk about when it comes to Not So Scary Halloween Party. And when I read those 5 surprises, more villains, I was like, a little bit of a hint there. Number 2, another Not So Scary Halloween Party surprise is the Descendants Party. Descendants. I swear I was going to remember the title of this new movie when I read it earlier, but maybe I can pull up the blog. So the other thing we're talking about, besides the meetup in September, is whether or not we're going to be able, as the Dillo's family, to sneak in a Not So Scary Halloween Party prior to the meetup for the kids.
Not only was last year our first Halloween party, there could potentially be 3 in a year's time frame. Last year. This year.
From
All right.
September to September,
Right,
it could be 3. Oh my God. What are we, made of money? What's happening? So I saw this come up, and the first thought was about the kids, because then the 4th movie in the Descendants franchise is coming out in July. So the movie is coming out on July 12th. It's called Descendants: The Rise of Red. The previews have come out, featuring, I think there's a whole Alice in Wonderland, Queen of Hearts thing happening there. That's how the 3rd movie teased at the end. So what it says is, get ready to let loose and show off your best villain Descendants party, taking place at Rocket Tower Plaza stage in Tomorrowland. This new rave is inspired by the upcoming Disney original movie, Descendants: The Rise of the Red, premiering on Disney Plus on July 12th. So trust me when I tell you, this is a date you don't want to be late for. Hint, hint, with the whole Alice in Wonderland theme. If we bring the kids to this Halloween party, we will never leave this area.
I mean, that's true, but they would be obsessed with it.
I mean, that was my big thought. I was like, it's come up about what's going to happen in the lead up to the Disney cruise that allegedly is happening this summer. And in the month of August, because we're talking about Not So Scary Halloween Party. I don't know what the answers are, but Not So Scary is certainly on the table, especially since it's cheaper when it's earlier. And but this would certainly, between this and the 8-year-old, she talks about the Monsters Inc. laugh floor all the time. She's never going to leave that place either, because it's just open and you sit in there for as long as you want.
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, the dance party, probably, well, maybe up Papa Dillo's alley, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
And the laugh floor, I don't think you're going to get an argument there that, we do that in the People Mover and we get out. It's great. That's a great night.
Our Not So Scary Halloween party will be in Tomorrowland.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Right. And then we see the stage show, we see the parade, and we head on out.
Yeah. So again, that one would be start at Tiana's.
Right. Yeah.
And then take the train over the rest of the way.
Yes. Yeah.
And then that's it. That's what you're doing all night. Just sitting in Tomorrowland.
Twist my arm.
And it's like, People Mover? Okay.
People Mover all night? Okay. What?
Fumes from Tomorrowland Speedway?
Sounds like the best night ever.
Mr. Snidillo gets to go on Tron?
I mean, yeah, that's it. Mrs. Dillo and Mr. Snidillo haven't been on Tron yet.
Yeah.
And what else? There's something else I thought of too that they hadn't been.
Mama Dillo going on Tron? What do you think?
Mama Dillo's not going to go on Tron. No, I don't think so. Not at this point.
I don't think she can.
No.
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 Papa Dillo, hard no.
Hard no. No. I mean, I think even if what would be funny is be like, can we get a picture of you just on the bike like you're going on? But no, he wouldn't even do that. He'd be like, I'm not doing that. I'm not getting on that. But People Mover will be the speed of the trip. That's the speed we're going for them.
Have you addressed Not So Scary with them at all?
Yes, because Pop Dill, so what we're gonna do? Where we're going? What are you gonna do? And I was like, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? And he mentioned, I want to do Kingdom and Epcot. I was like, okay, because that's what we did 2 years ago. So obviously Papadillo wants to do the same thing.
You don't have to do them on the same day though this time.
Right. I know. At least we can spread it out. So I was like, okay, well, we're waiting for the Halloween party dates to drop. Last time I talked about it, because we can go in after 4 and then there's the nighttime parade and there's all right, good. All right. So that was like kind of how it was like.
Let's do it.
What's the difference?
So the last thing I want to make mention of for now is that the Boo to You parade is scheduled to be early. Although the first one will be earlier at 8:15 p.m. I guess it was at 9. Was it at 9 something last time? because I remember it going 9, and then the Sanderson
11 or
sisters
something.
show into the fireworks into
Yeah.
the second parade.
Yeah.
It's clear in the description on the blog that it's purposefully for the kid friendly.
Mm-hmm.
I know the sun, especially in August, ain't going down in Orlando. I mean, it's barely down at 9 o'clock, I feel like.
Yeah.
So you're getting a daytime
Mm-hmm.
Boo-to-You parade. Is this a good thing for is it a better nighttime parade?
I mean, I think it's a better nighttime parade. I mean, you're getting a slightly bright. But here's my thing. What I was thinking during the Boo-to-You parade last year, I thought it was way too bright everywhere. I was like,
It's
these
true.
are not the nighttime parades of my day. You shouldn't be able to see where you're walking. What are we doing? It was
That's a
so
great
bright
point.
on Main Street.
No, and it's true. It was like it was daytime on
Yeah.
in front of the train station there.
Yes.
That I think you say that. I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, that's why we can't share that many videos of Spectro Magic or the Main Street Electrical Parade. It was so dark. You don't even. I'm like trying to zoom in. Like, am I on the right place?
Just
I
lights
don't know.
moving across the screen.
Blurs going by. Just listening to the music the whole time.
Lewis is saying sunset is at 8:04.
Sunset is at 8:04
In August?
September. In September.
Mm.
September 13th, 8:04. Can you clarify
I mean,
that?
I would say like 8:35 for August.
Yeah, so maybe you're getting by, you're getting magical hour.
Oh, that's now. It's 8:04.
Well, it's
currently.
8:04 right now.
Interesting.
I mean, and that's the sun. The sun might have set. It's still pretty
Mhm.
in
Yeah.
that. I mean, and it gets dark quick too. To be fair, like 9 o'clock, it'll probably be dark,
Yeah.
but not at the end of that Boo-to-You parade. I don't think. I could be wrong.
Right.
I'm willing to be wrong.
Interesting.
Where do you rank Boo-to-You in terms of like favorite parades all time?
I mean, all time is a little rough, but I have a big appreciation for it just because it's a nighttime parade, and we
Right.
haven't had one in so long. So I love it for that reason the most, but I appreciate it. I think there's so many characters in it, which I like
Yeah.
too.
Mhm.
And I think the theming is cool. I think I said that to you as we were watching it last year or after the fact or something. Like, there are so many characters and character friends and new characters for Halloween that are more Halloween-esque. There's
Yeah.
so many people in the parade that I was like, what, how does that come to be, and how quickly do they rehearse for this and turn it around? Because I think I was taken aback by just how many people were in the parade. But I think that's also really cool.
Yeah. No, and again, what are we paying for?
Mm-hmm.
You're paying for hopefully wage increases
Mm-hmm.
when they come through for the
Yeah.
cast members.
Yes. Do you rank it high on your nighttime
Well,
parade
this is what
list?
all right. I'm nighttime all time. No, obviously,
Mhm.
but all time parades in the Magic Kingdom,
Mm.
I think it would be top 5, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Electrical Parade, Classic, Spectro, the Christmas Parade
Mm-hmm.
are easy 3 of the 5.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's, the 15 years parade, the Spirit of America parade.
15 years having a part. Don't start talking about the Spirit of America parade again. You'll
It's the
start going
Spirit
down.
of I know, Jen gets nervous when I say the Spirit of America. It's the Spirit of America, going strong and proud and free. It's the Spirit of America. I don't know the words. From sea to signing sea.
The dancing. The update on the sun setting, August 15th, let's just say.
Mhm.
The sun would set at 8:04. On September
Oh.
14th, it's at 7:32. So, random dates.
Wait, what was the second date you said?
September 14th is at 7:32.
Right. So, well, then you're gonna get it for.
Mhm. Yeah, so it'll be dark for the parade. But again, Main Street was pretty lit. You walk around World Showcase
Yeah.
after what is the latest show? I don't even know anymore. But after I walked around after Harmonious, still pretty dark in that World Showcase where it gets almost a little like, is it too dark? I think this is unsafe. But that's the feeling you're supposed to have at night in Disney.
Harmonious, luminous,
Luminous illuminations.
illuminations. Just change the name back to Illuminations.
Just do something. Figure it out.
Just do it. So just to talk about Not So Scary for a moment, Jen. Because I feel like, we did the recaps of our meetup. We had the guests of the resort who were at the meetup. We were all together in the windows doing the thing, having a pedal session, recording kind of thing. For you personally, what do you want to do differently at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party? Putting you on the spot, and now I'm going to just talk while you try to think of a response because I've put you on the spot.
I don't know because it's so far in the future. I can't even think that far. I do recall feeling last year like there was this internal discussion happening in my head as to, I felt like, oh, this is really cool because it doesn't feel overpowering with the Halloween stuff. Not that I don't like Halloween, but as we have pointed out before, we are more Christmas people than Halloween people. So it didn't feel like overpowering with the Halloween stuff, but it's a Halloween party, so shouldn't it? Am I doing something wrong by it not feeling that way? But then we had like the show and the parade, but then overall, I felt like that's a pretty good balance, especially for us. I don't know. We've always I've talked about how me and Papa Dillo were in Magic Kingdom on Christmas morning that year, and we just skipped right past the live parade happening that no longer happens, and we pushed right through those people. Not, actually pushed through. We went right past those people and went on all the rides because it was all empty in the back of the park. So we did all that stuff. So it's very like on brand for Dillos to, have the balance of let's take advantage of the rides, but also mix in some of the party stuff. So I don't know that I would necessarily like overall change something major. I think I don't necessarily have to do everything the same. Actually, let me back up. The one major change I will do is that I will not be going on Tron. So that's something for me. But otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, the one thing that jumps out to me is like we got good photo ops because we were in the group. So I feel like I want to take a little more advantage of that. I don't want to wait in long character lines, though. So I feel like I need to do, I'm sure the research is out there, of what's the best times to see which characters. I'm not like, I need to see this character and this outfit, and I don't need that. I know I'm not getting a Jack and Sally. Like, I accept that. But I would like to know if there's a method to the character meeting madness. Like, do I think everyone's going back into that Dumbo area? Because they're right there. There's like a bunch of characters back over that way. I would like to know what that situation is like back there, because I want more of those photo ops. I thought they were enjoyable because we were in that group setting. Like, that's really the big one to me. I definitely don't want to eat at Cosmic Rays this time. I would like to try to figure out an easier solution. To and I mean, it's hard because you're like, let's get the eating out of the way. I don't have to think about, oh my God, I'm dying. And I need to eat something. So that is difficult. And I don't know what the best solution to that is either.
Do we do a dinner at Kona?
Ooh.
And then go into the park so that there is a bigger meal, and then there's maybe snacks during the party or something. Not early hoop-de-doo, Jeffers.
Stop it.
Kidding. The earliest is 4 p.m. Yeah, no, but I'm with you on that. I don't think anyone had a good experience at Cosmic Rays that night. I think that's where we really like felt the I don't know what to call it. There like the disconnect, I guess, with what's expected at the party or what's
Yeah.
happening and what should have been happening versus what was happening or whatever it is. And I know it was the start of everything, but I feel like the transition into that might need some improvement in processes.
Yeah, that was really and it was. We chose to eat right as it turned over from the Magic Kingdom Park Day
Yeah.
to the not so scary Halloween party. So there was a lot of
Right.
confusion about the menus, just
Mhm.
to loop those who may be listening in.
Mhm.
Uh, I think some of us, I don't even remember how. I felt like it was after 6 and they
Yeah.
hadn't changed it over yet. So
Yeah.
that was a lot of confusion. And then there was a lot of time delay. And I was getting grossed out by the amount of French fries that were falling on the floor.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm not really like that, but for some reason there was like someone that was like responsible for like clearing the shelf
Mhm.
that the food was coming out of,
Yeah.
the window area, and their job was just to with their hand knock the fries or whatever else was falling onto the floor, and I just didn't subscribe to that.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot happening. I mean, and for me, being gluten free, I really got to also remember when we're doing quick serve. So, like, try to put in those mobile orders wherever they're available ahead of
Yeah.
time. Because, although, in fairness, I do think I got my food before a lot of you did, which shows you how long, because you usually wait a while for the gluten free stuff to come out. So,
Yeah, what did we ate at Pinocchio's 2 years ago, and it was like we were all done, and it was like, and now Jen will eat.
can I just have something? Thank you.
Jefferson. I'm not going to make myself ill. Fun fact that I did not tell Jen about. On Saturday evening into Sunday, I was ill. I had a bug.
Oh no,
I had a
really?
quick bug. Yeah, following all the life events we talked about last week on
Oh
the podcast.
no.
It was
Oh man.
exciting.
You think it was like a bug and not the
I think it was
restaurant we all dined at?
I think in the end, I think it was a bug. I
Uh-huh.
mean, I'm not going to go into everything here about
Sure.
like, here's how my stomach works.
Right.
But at first I thought it was that, but then how I felt the next day, I was like, I think this is a bug.
Right.
So
Great question. Following on our Dillo's Madness, any pennies with your bug?
of course, yeah, Dillo's Madness happening at Dillo's Disney Resort Thursday, May 9th. No pennies were harmed during the incident. However,
However, well, wait for next year's story.
yeah, and if you don't know anything that we're talking about right now, go and join for free at dillosdisresort.com, where you can get that is the story of the lucky penny or the unlucky
Unlucky
penny,
penny,
as it
yes.
were, is one of the 32 stories that are part of Dillo's Madness this year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Brian saying odds-on favorite to win the whole thing is the story of the unlucky penny. The couple of brackets that I've seen.
Oh, interesting. That's interesting.
No,
Very
there is there more to the unlucky penny story.
well. I
Yeah.
don't think so. That one, I don't think.
Now,
Others, maybe.
now that we're talking about doing the whole thing on Thursday night, I remember that we were gonna like tell other parts of the story for those
Yeah.
that advance. So we'll only be doing the first round.
To see what advances.
This has gone on for so long. I have forgotten what the premise and the promises that we have made regarding hashtag Dillo's Madness.
Yeah.
There's a lot of comments happening here. We can't talk about Frank vomiting at the end of this podcast.
On the podcast. That's not how we wrap this up.
It's not how we wrap this up. We can't talk about Magic Kingdom Quick Serve and how that lead into these kind of stories.
No.
Yeah, so that would be my photo opportunities would be my big one. And obviously it's helpful that we'll be in the Magic Kingdom a couple of weeks before. I won't feel so obligated I won't feel the pull of trying to get on certain attractions or things like that.
Well, and I think we'll also be able to scope some things out because we're not going to get to do certain things
Yeah.
with the kids, and so we'll be able to kind of like see what's going on and what we want to hit.
Yeah. So that is a likely scenario here that will probably be at 2 not so scary Halloween parties within a couple of weeks, the first 4 weeks or so of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party.
Yes.
Yeah, Ryan pointing out we got to ride Tiana's during the
Yes.
party. That's a photo op we got to have. We got to have
for
that photo
sure.
op of all of us in whatever the ride vehicle is that I can't think of right now.
I mean, I can show you what I'll look like in that picture, but because it's the same one every time.
And we'll have to determine a costume. I think that is something as bold as unique, I think. You know, I think Lewis pointed out that I think we were all a little surprised. I was surprised that there weren't more Ted Lasso costumes at the party.
Agreed. Yes.
I think it was an easy thing to do. So halfway to Halloween is in progress, straight on to 4 months from now, and our community core meetup on Friday, September 13th. I mean, I'm assuming I know some people are nervous in our one channel Discord that people would be zoning in on Friday the 13th tickets. I think if there's a Halloween Horror Nights that night, I think that's what people are actually going to wait for. So I'm hopeful for that. Jeffers is ready to go now. He's ready to do his
whistle.
He's got his whistle.
You just gotta say whistle.
Yeah, whistle. I mean, I would do an alternative Ted Lasso jersey. No, I don't know. I'll have to think of something.
Or do we just continue that because it works so well, and that's who we are every year? People get to know us as that.
With a Ted Lasso crew.
Yeah.
Until I'll save $20 and we can buy an extra snack at
there you go. See? Boom.
I don't know. Yeah. To be discussed further.
TBD.
People will have opinions. Dr. J will still be mad at us about it. But that will wrap things up here on Theme Park Thursday with Dillo's Disney halfway to Halloween episode at least. If you're listening on Theme Park Thursday to this here audio, we will be on our YouTube channel tonight, May the 9th at what time did I say? I don't remember. In the 8 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
And we will be doing a little Theme Park Thursday live, which will be 3 topics or subjects we did not discuss here on the podcast today. I've been reading up on one of them that I do want to talk a little bit about. So I know what one of the 3 shall be on Thursday. Theme Park Thursday live. Immediately following that, we will be at DillosDizResort.com for the first round of hashtag Dillo's Madness. If you could join for free at DillosDizResort.com, you can check that live stream out as well. So both live streams on this Theme Park Thursday live at our public YouTube channel and at DillosDizResort.com for hashtag Dillo's Madness, both available for everyone. So come join us in both places, won't you? Till next time, she's Jen and I'm Frank. Bye-bye.
Deuces. The Dillo's Diz podcast is hosted by Frank Cardillo and Jen Cardillo Snyder. Music produced by Matt Harvey. Logos and video production courtesy of Snidillo Studios. Dillo's Diz Resort is our Patreon with tiers starting as low as $1 per month. You can visit DillosDizResort.com to learn more. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, X Twitter, and Facebook at Dillo's Diz. Check us out on YouTube by visiting youtube.com/DillosDiz. Don't forget to like and subscribe while you're there. We also have merch available on TeePublic and Etsy. For all this and more, visit our one-stop shop, DillosDiz.com. Dillo's Diz Podcast 2024.